Over the river and through the woods, to New Ulm, Minnesota we go. It's a homecoming of sorts for Pilgrim member Joel Bradtke. Not that he was a student here, but his parents were, way back in the 1930s.
They met there. My mother was in the high school division and my father was in the college division.
But it's not any sort of family reunion that brings Joel to the campus of Martin Luther College, but rather a reunion of our national church body, the Wisconsin Evangelical Lutheran Synod, for its 65th Biennial Convention, for which Joel was a delegate, representing Pilgrim Lutheran Church. It's kind of like a big business meeting, where reports are given on each of the different areas of ministry of the WELS, but it's also a great celebration, recognizing and thanking God for leading us as a church body to carry out His work, now and for the generations to come.
The Synod Convention is sort of like a fire hydrant, wide open. You get so much information so fast. I know at the end of a couple of those days my head was spinning because of the scope of the work of the Synod. And I was struck by the fact that we had come from so many different locations, even other parts of the world, to be one in the Lord.
Delegates from across North America, as well as a few countries around the world, gathered for the convention. Many areas of ministry were covered: home missions, ministerial education, and more. But one particular area that hits close to home for Joel is the mission work of our synod in partnership with the Hmong Fellowship Church in Vietnam.
The unprecedented invitation by the communist government in Vietnam to the WELS to build a residential theological training center in Hanoi, a place that we bombed. I was in the United States Air Force and in the Vietnam War. I had 19 aerial combat missions. I was aboard the bombers that were producing these great big craters in the Vietnam countryside. Like a lot of troops, I came back from that war physically in one piece, but I was carrying the baggage of participating in that war. Now it's 50 years later, and this initiative has been a source of personal healing for me as I rejoice in what God is doing through the WELS in this place.
And there are more places where that's happening as well. Fellowship, which is a fancy way of saying we both believe the same thing, was announced with a couple of Lutheran churches across the globe. One, the Christian Lutheran Evangelical Church located in Taiwan, and two, the Lutheran Congregations in Missions for Christ, which has 25 pastors that serve 46 congregations in Kenya. All of our synod's work, both here in North America and abroad, was put into great perspective in the presentation of the essay, or a keynote, if you will.
For the generations to come, it is a good theme for this time and place, because you know that American Christianity is unraveling at an unprecedented rate, and WELS is not immune.
The Lord sees to it that His church flourishes. It may not flourish in all places at all times, but we better follow His lead as long as we are working and doing everything possible to advance the gospel of the Lord. The numbers don't matter.
But let us then be men and women who are immersed in the Word, who are full of the Spirit, who love one another as kin, who are willing to sacrifice all they are and all they have for His mission, who do everything they can to be salt and light in this dark and dying world.
Joel has prepared a lot of great information and stories from the 2019 WELS Synod Convention. If you would like to watch his full video interview with the Pilgrim Connection, you can find that online by searching Pilgrim Lutheran Synod Convention on YouTube.